The evening had started like any other. Bernie and I, two grizzled veterans of the smuggling trade, were nestled in our dingy apartment, a haven from the prying eyes of the world. The only sound permeating the silence was the distant hum of the city and the rhythmic ticking of the old grandfather clock. Little did we know this tranquility was the calm before the storm. As we immersed ourselves in the mundanity of the evening, little did we realize that the next 48 hours would propel us into a world of danger, deceit, and a desperate race against time. The tension of the night was palpable, a thin veneer of unease that clung to us like a second skin. A restless slumber was abruptly shattered by the jarring ring of an alarm, propelling my partner Bernie into immediate action. He left me behind with cryptic instructions, embarking on a perilous venture to the local post office. His swift departure left me grappling with a whirlwind of questions. Was this for my safety, or was I an unwitting pawn in his dangerous game? The fleeting comfort of not having to traverse the labyrinthine Bolivian streets with 2 kilos of cocaine was abruptly extinguished by Bernie's hasty return. His ashen face was a stark billboard of a harrowing encounter. The post office, our supposed sanctuary, was now a den of military officers, the unsuspecting stage for a military coup against the Bolivian president. An insurmountable challenge now loomed ahead: how to transport our illicit cargo out of the country. Driven by adrenaline and desperation, Bernie and I found ourselves considering an unlikely ally, Fernando, an Argentinian cop we had only recently met. Entrusting our fate to a near stranger and a law enforcement officer at that was an alarming prospect. Yet, in an unexpected twist, Fernando became our accomplice. A clandestine meeting over cigarettes and Bolivian coffee revealed his offer of assistance. Fernando's audacious plan involved a rented vehicle to ferry the cocaine to the Peruvian border, while Bernie and I would rendezvous with him on the Peruvian side in a separate taxi. Our journey in a vintage 1962 Chevrolet Impala was marked by an uncanny stroke of fortune as we crossed the border with ease. Our celebrations, however, were cut short when we spotted Fernando and the customs guard approaching. The sight of our cocaine-laden bag in the hands of the guard set our hearts pounding, preparing for a seemingly imminent betrayal. The twist, however, was far from what we had anticipated. The bag, instead of being a symbol of our downfall, was thrust back into our possession. Fernando, using his Argentinian police ID, had persuaded the guard to temporarily close the border and return our forgotten cargo. The reality of the situation was almost surreal. An Argentinian cop and a Peruvian customs guard had conspired to return a bag of illegal substances to 2 bewildered Canadians in the Andes. This peculiar night, which commenced with anxiety and ambiguity, concluded with solace and an extraordinary tale to narrate. Amidst threat, we discovered unexpected comrades and voyaged through a treacherous adventure. An Argentine law enforcement officer, a Peruvian customs, a pair of Canadians, and a sack full of cocaine. This is the narrative that cinched the loose ends of a thrilling story. A chapter from the book, Smuggling with Jesus, that is nothing short of suspenseful.